Charlie, welcome to Milton Keynes Dons, and welcome to Croatia as well. What a lovely place to be doing your introductory interview. First things first, how are you?
Yeah, all good. Really delighted to be here. It's nice that this trip's come quite early in my time here, and you can get to know a lot of the lads. But no, they've all been great with me, and it's been a tough week, and yeah, really enjoying it.
Yeah, as we're sitting here now, it's day 4, I think, of the week. So, you know, obviously you've had a good chance to do some of the work, but there's still some to come, and you've had a really good chance to integrate with the lads. Plus, you've already been here for a couple of weeks already with the team. So, how do you think you're settling into the group?
Yeah, really good. As I said before, like the lads have been welcoming me really well. I know a couple of them. I played with them in the past, and obviously come up against many of them. But yeah, the older you get, it's always daunting the first few days coming into a new group of lads. But yeah, they've been great, and as soon as you get out in the training pitch, you build relationships, and then coming somewhere like this, so you have a lot of off time when you can sit and play cards or do anything you want, where yeah, you can get to know them as a person as well. So no, it's been really good.
Are there any lads in that group that you already know that you might have played with before or maybe come up against? How familiar with them were you before?
Yeah, there's a lot of lads I've played against the majority over my career. I played with Nels for a short period at Blackpool. Marvin was there at the time, so I knew them too. And obviously, being my position, it helps because you bond quite quickly. But no, I know many of the lads from just coming up against them. But yeah, as I said before, they've all been brilliant.
Cool. And you know, thinking about you as a player, you know, just for anybody who might not be so familiar with your game, obviously we haven't been in the same league as Stevenage for a little while. Maybe you could just describe yourself as a player and maybe as a character a bit as well.
Yeah, as a player, I'm a defender. Obviously, that loves defending. I'll do whatever it takes to keep the ball out of the net, and I'll give 100% every time I put on a shirt. As a character and a player, I want to win, so I'll do whatever it takes to win. And I've got a lot of ambition, so I want to be a part of something where we're going to achieve something special, and I think this was the right place to do that.
And then thinking about your season last year at Stevenage, you know, you're an experienced defender now. I was going to say you've been around a little bit, but don't put it in that sense, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But obviously you've played a bit, you've racked up a few games. You know, last season was a really good one for you guys at Stevenage, but you came close to promotion. So tell us a little bit about maybe what it takes as a player to be successful at the top end of League One.
Well, first and foremost, it takes everyone to do that. But yeah, obviously it's a 10-month period, which is obviously for us has started now. But yeah, you're going to need everyone, and you're going to all need to come together to try and achieve something. It's going to be hours and hours of hard work. Everyone needs to be on the same page. And yeah, like last season, for example, we were a team in this division who were not expected to be where we was, so we overachieved in that sense. But this league is there to be shot at, and yeah, we bring in some great players, and there's already some great players here. So staff have all been brilliant, and there's no reason why we can't achieve something really special.
And you mentioned there about the staff. I'll come back to the squad question in a second, but you mentioned there about the staff. Obviously, Paul Warren, the manager here at the club, very well-known figure, and very you know, somebody who would have been very influential, I imagine, in you joining the club. How much of a role did he play in persuading you to come to the Dons?
Yeah, huge role. I've known the manager for a few years now. I nearly signed for him once previously. And I think I mentioned when I signed, I always felt like at some point I would play under him. Yeah, I can already see, obviously a few weeks in, but he has a huge effect on the group. Massive character, and there's no one better in this division that can go and lead us to what we want to do. So yeah, he's been brilliant with me. I'm delighted to be here, and yeah, very thankful for him putting his faith in me as well. And
then you're joining the squad at a time where we are blessed with quite a number of really good centre backs. The trio last year of, you know, Curtis, Jack, and Marvin, like came together really well.
Yeah.
Do you see that as a positive to have real strong competition to go against? And how do you deal with that? Does that inspire you to go on?
Of course, like they all did brilliant last year. I've seen in the first few weeks they're very good players. So yeah, I think competition across all positions is really healthy. There'll be times across the season when there's injuries, there's suspensions, and there's changing formations. So we all need to be called upon at some stage, and it's up to us as individuals to try and keep that spot as long as you can. So yeah, I think we'll all come together. We all work really well together, and yeah, I'm excited for it.
And one thing that I've been asking a few of the players when I'm speaking to this week is about how excited they are about getting promoted and going up to League One. Well, you've obviously been there already for the previous season, so is there anything you can pass on to the other lads about how to deal with some of those sides, some of the way some of them play, or maybe to deal with some of those bigger grounds and bigger occasions we might go to?
Yeah, of course. I think this is a dressing room that I've come into, which a high amount of players here have experienced this before, which is obviously vital. But no, I don't think, like, we're a big enough club ourselves, and we've got a lot of personality in our group, so we won't struggle with things like that. Obviously, the odd team or the odd club you come up against where you might know a few individuals where you can help along the way, but all the staff will be telling us everything we need to know, and it's up to us to go out there and deliver the performances.
And I suppose that's another one of the benefits of being in a training camp like this so early. You've got a really good chance to get to know not just the players but the staff as well. How have you found working with, you know, not just the gaffer but Rich and Darren Potter as well? How have they been to work with so far?
Yeah, they've been great. Obviously, it's a different group of staff for me, so obviously I can understand the ways that they go about it, and yeah, it's a lot of hard work. But yeah, I've really enjoyed all the training sessions. It's been hard, but as expected at this stage, and obviously I always knew that the gaffer and the staff, it's a hard pre-season, but come the season that'll put us in good stead. Yeah, and we want to be a hard-working team, and hopefully our performances will show that.
And then I guess one other question I'd just like to ask before we wrap up. You know, is there any kind of message you want to send to the fans to say what can they expect from you this season, and why do you think they should come out in their droves to watch the Dons play?
Yeah, well, obviously I spoke to a lot of the lads, and it's been a tough period at times for this football club, but last year they obviously had a great season, and now it's an opportunity to build some momentum, so we'll give them everything, and hopefully they can do the same, and we'll all come together to, as I said, try and achieve something really special.
Brilliant, look forward to it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Charlie.
All good, thank you very much.